Hi, I'm Josiah,
And I'm Trevor.
and welcome to A Little Off the Top. And welcome to episode 1 of A Little Off the Top.
Today, our main focus is that learning doesn't have to only take place in a classroom. Tell them a little bit about what our goal is with this show.
The goal of the show is kind of just being able to learn from other people. We're planning on interviewing people that are in the local area, local business, men and women, to learn from them what they did, what were their mistakes, and help you guys learn as well.
Josiah, tell us a little bit about your classroom experience growing up in school and the
It
classroom.
was horrendous. I was not a good student at all, and if any of my teachers are watching, you can attest to that. But I was not someone who loved the traditional classroom. I hated reading, which is ironic. Now I love reading, but I hated reading. And I remember staying, because we had book it, I remember staying in breaks because I didn't want to get my reading done. So I would sit there, and I think it was with Mrs. Wilson, I would sit there and talk with her and get my reading done, but I just would look at the page long enough and then turn it and wonder why I was not good at school. How about you, Trevor?
Yeah, so Josiah and I actually grew up together in Grand Haven, Michigan. We went to school together ever since about third grade, and we had a lot of similar experiences with traditional learning. Things like reading were very difficult. It was very hard for us, and we didn't do well with it. And that carried through high school. One of the biggest things that's exciting for us now is we're very like-minded, and we've both turned into lifelong learners. And we're very intentional with what we do now and how we learn and what we learn. We're both very passionate about small business and how to grow small business and be successful through small business. And one of our things we're doing with that is opening this show where we're going to learn from business owners and find out, what they did and how they did what they did and what they're currently doing and what makes them different. That's a huge thing between us too. Is we did not do well traditionally in school, but there's other ways of learning, and we've really attached ourselves to those ways.
Now my mindset is I look at learning as an opportunity to go farther in the world and be better as an entrepreneur, be better as just a worker, an employee, and be better as a person. For those type of crafts, that's our dog. She's over there.
One of my biggest inspirations, I think it was my 9th grade math teacher, Mrs. Sides. Up to that point, I had really, really struggled with math, and I cruised through with a nice D- in all my classes. And I tried as hard as I could, and I could not do it. What she saw, though, was that I learned differently, and she took it upon herself to find another way. After class, she would work with me, and she found out that if she read me the problems off of a paper, I could do them on my own. But if I read the problem, there was some disconnect, and I couldn't do it right. She, out of her own time, would let me take my math tests after school, and she would orally give me the test, and I would write down the answers, and my grade improved drastically right away. I had a really hard time right after high school because I didn't go to college, mostly because I couldn't afford it. Also, I didn't know what I wanted to do. And my best friend got to leave and go to Liberty University, and I was very jealous. But I didn't get to do that. So I had to take another path and learn other ways. And so I got a job working as a carpenter, and I learned so much in that job. It was just old guys who knew their craft teaching me how to do their craft.
And you know what? Math did play a role in that.
It sure did.
Yeah, it did. The biggest impact I had was and I know he had an impact with you as well, was our basketball coach, but then also our history teacher. Just doing the right thing right now, doing the best that you can, whether or not it's 100%, like 100% on like your papers, or you're getting a C. If you're doing your best, that is the point. We learned a lot, yet we were not.
Oh my gosh, did you fart?
It's the dog.
That's my dog.
There's different timing for everybody. I have now been taking some college classes like 4 years after I should have, traditionally, and that's okay. And I'm learning a lot and learning a lot about business, which is what we're both passionate about. So anyway, what we're looking to do with the show is take this to a place where we can be a venue to show you some of those alternate routes. A lot of entrepreneurs haven't gone the traditional route, and that's why they're set apart. They make their own way, and they find a different route, which is what we're both doing in our respective businesses and what we're looking to do in our future.
Yeah.
So we're looking to learn as much from these men and women as we can down the road, so that we can take their advice, take their models, and move forward.
It gives you the opportunity to hear people's stories, how they got there. If you listen to someone who is very successful in the entrepreneurial world, they all had a significant start of a rough time. It was something that they did that they're like, I need to make a change, and I want to grow from it, and I want to make an impact on helping people. I want to make more money. I want to live a better life, a higher quality of life, and all those type of things. And I think it's great, and I think it's very important to give you guys plus us the opportunity to learn from people who have been successful, but then also what if they could, and if they would go back and do it, would they do it differently? I think that's awesome, and that's kind of what we were trying to do, is give you guys a platform to be able to listen in on some of these cool conversations that we have with people, local business people, and just learn from them. Thanks for watching our first episode, and hope you guys tune into our next episode coming out next month, all right? See you later.